So this first riff here, you could actually get away with just doing downstrokes. In fact, that is what the rhythm guitar player uses to get a heavier sound. But you're starting on this 7th fret chord, blocking it so that you cut off the sound with the palm. Okay, now the trick there on that, when you take this line down to the bottom string, you want to palm mute all the zeros, all the open notes. But momentarily lift your palm off so that you can get these melody notes. Before going into the next riff. Now this next riff we talked about a little bit is one that you're going to want to learn how to alternate pick with. Okay, it's almost like a little picking exercise where you're going 0, 1 on the bottom string, and then you're hitting notes that are on the next string, the 5th string, and they're all in a row. 2, 3, 4, back to 3. And then back to 2 at the end. So it's now if you look at your sheet music, you'll notice that you're playing 4 beats per bar. So in this case, you're using 8th notes, or a count of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. However, if you look at the phrase, you can break it up into triplets or groupings of 3s, such as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, except for this last grouping, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you don't want to count it that way, but I want to point this out because when you're alternate picking, that means your pick will be going down, up, down for the first grouping, up, down, up for the second grouping, down, down for the third grouping, up, up for the fourth. Okay, so you got this down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. Also take note that right before you go into these power chords, right before that, the pattern changes on the bottom string. It goes 1, 0 instead of 0, 1. If you look at your tablature, 1, 0. That's kind of important because the 0 means that your finger is free and he can be moving to these power chords. The power chord on the 3rd fret, sliding down to the 2nd fret, and then you do 1 palm mute on the open string, do another slide, another palm mute on the open string, and 1 more slide. Metallica, really, they probably made this up. This idea of playing chords and then hitting the bottom string open, which kind of cuts the sound out momentarily. And it's a real heavy sound. So you want to put those zeros in. Sound drops out on that palm. Sound drops out. You got a contrast there that lends itself to a heavier sound. Okay? That's really what you want to do, is get that thing down. As it repeats, okay? And even if you have to do it, I'm putting the palm mute mostly on the low 6th string, and then not as much on the 5th string. But that might be a little bit much to work with at the start. I would just focus on your picking and just play it, you know, with no palm mute. Okay? All right. Anyway, this riff is going to continue. You're basically going to do the same thing, but you're going to interject some chords in there. For example, if you go down to the next staff, where you have the riff again, now this time, instead of doing the sliding power chord, you're going to land on this 2nd fret power chord. Then you're going to do it again. This time doing the sliding power chords. And they're going to repeat that. So putting that together, it'd be... Repeat it again. So on. Okay? Now, that is going to give way to a little fill that happens right after that. And you'll see that at the bottom of your 2nd page in the tablature called Fill 1. And basically you're going to have your 1st finger on the 7th fret, your middle finger on the 8th, and you're going to hit that 7th fret note twice, and then the 8th. Then you're going to do it again, and again, and again, and again, okay? Now, just like in this riff here, you're actually counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. However, if you look at the tab, you can see that 3-note grouping that I was referring to. So that'll make your alternate picking, make it easier to follow your alternate picking. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, like this. Okay, and you're going to add that fill in at the end of that riff that we just went through. Okay, so moving along, we're going to be looking now at rhythm figure 1, seen on the 2nd page of your tabs. And this actually is the verse rhythm. So